Little Flaviu, or Avi as he's best known, is everything you expect a 2-year-old to be.
He's very cute. He's a happy little boy.
Restless.
He's very friendly. He
Curious.
likes kids. I think he would rather go and play with a kid rather than just play with a toy.
He's very curious about things. He's at that age that he's, discovering new toys, discovering new, things that are not toys. They're not supposed to be toys. He's a normal little boy.
The fact that his parents are able to say that now is nothing short of miraculous. After 23 weeks of what had seemed like a perfect pregnancy, Dan and Raluca began a struggle for the life of their young family.
After an ultrasound, the doctors told me that the fetus was small for gestational age, so he sent me to a high-risk doctor. We were doing maybe 2 ultrasounds a week and see how the fetus is growing.
The whole ultrasound took like an hour or an hour and a half because they would measure, every arm, head circumference, everything. The blood flow from the placenta to the fetus and everything else.
Doctors discovered that Raluca had intrauterine growth restriction. Her unborn Avi was being deprived of adequate oxygen and nutrition through the placenta, stalling his development.
We waited until 26 weeks, and when they said, okay, we need to get you to the hospital. At 23 weeks, the pregnancy wasn't viable. I mean, if she would deliver then, the chances were very, very small.
Making matters worse, Raluca developed a severe form of preeclampsia, putting hers and Avi's lives in danger.
They monitored the baby and my wife's vital signs around the clock.
I started to vomit and my blood pressure increased very high. So that's when the doctor came in and he said that I have preeclampsia with HELLP syndrome and the only treatment would be C-section delivery.
That C-section brought Avi into the world at 27 weeks, a full 3 months early.
As soon as he was out, the NICU doctors took over him. They got him in an incubator. They said it was a good thing that they were able to get him out without a sac around him being, broken, which was good because he was very fragile. At birth, he weighed 470 grams, almost a pound. His skin was translucent and, he looked like a doll.
Yeah.
He was very small, like this size. The doctors, they actually warned us that this would be, the first day would be kind of like the honeymoon phase because he would be doing well. But after that, it would, get tougher and tougher.
It did, almost immediately for Avi. Already connected to machines to help him breathe, he developed pulmonary hypertension. He was transferred to Children's Hospital of Michigan, which specializes in the nitric oxide treatment he needed.
So what basically the doctors told us is that he needed level 4 NICU care, which the hospital that he was born at, they didn't have that over there. So that's why they decided the best course for him would be to transfer him to children's hospitals.
There was not a moment when they show that he's not gonna make it. They reassured us every time that he will be better.
His list of challenges included patent ductus arteriosus, or PDA, a heart problem which causes abnormal blood flow between 2 major arteries.
When you're in the womb, your lungs are shunted, so you get the fresh oxygen through the blood through the mother. And once you're born, that shunt will close and will give a chance to the baby's lungs to start and take over. And in many cases, when the babies are premature, that PDA, that shunt, it's not closing, and then they need to do surgery for that to close.
So the typical procedure that we normally do is an open chest procedure where they go in from the left chest area and they would collapse the left lung in order to put clamps on the ductus. And in infants where this they're very sick as far as being on the highest ventilator settings. They really don't tolerate having their left lung collapsed in order to do that procedure. So another procedure to do, which is a newer procedure, just got approved, which we were one of the institutions that started this procedure, was that we go in from the leg instead and go on up to the heart and actually put a device in there that actually would close the vessel itself. And therefore, we didn't have to do any left chest incision, nor did we have to collapse the left lung. We just did while his heart was still beating and his lungs were still inflated with the ventilator.
When they say that it's never been done on a baby with his size, it got us worried. But at the same time, we didn't want an open surgery on him because we knew that he was not doing very well and he was still on the ventilator.
They needed him to be off nitrous oxide before they did this procedure. And the nitrous oxide was the very thing that was helping him deal with the high pulmonary tension. This non-invasive, it was very new, and I think he was the very first one because he was very small. He was the very first one for his weight at that point.
He didn't get any more treatment with nitric acid after the surgery, and basically it saved his life.
Avi spent 5.5 months in the neonatal intensive care unit, undergoing surgeries on his eyes and to correct hernias, all the while leaving a lasting impression on everyone he touched.
Avi was well known in the NICU section, and a lot of nurses knew him. He's, I think, the only one that had 4 or 5 primary nurses.
Primary nurses.
That's like whenever.
It's our second family.
Right about the time that he got released from the hospital, he was able to breathe on his own. So he came home without any oxygen support. We like Children's Hospital, DMC, so we recommend that hospital to other parents. And if other parents are going through this right now, I mean, don't lose hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Be strong, pray, and hang in there.